Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Gord, you're hurting hippie. The old guy's hurting a little bit more than usual, and my friends, it's election day here in Canada. It is Monday. It's Monday when I record this. It's going to be Monday when I put it up, so it will be a shorter video than usual, but I felt I needed to touch base, so let's get the normal everyday stuff over with, and then we're going to just briefly touch on Canada's election. First, my friends, +3. Feels like too sunny day, but not a warm one, and fall has definitely settled in. My young boy, doing better, but the cold has moved from a bad throat to a bad nose to now back to a fairly bad cough, still no fever, and full of energy. My young boy's doing fine. He's just going to miss a bit of school. And speaking of school, that's where I gotta go in an hour or so and cast my vote. And there's the segue. Excuse me. Yes, maybe I'm getting sick too. I'm not too concerned because I've seen Pasha through 5 days now, and he seems to be doing really well. The vote. First of all, friends, I won't say who I'll vote for. I won't really get political at all. I don't feel it's necessary. Your vote is your concern. If you care to share it, you will. If you don't, cool with me. My vote's mine. I have very often not voted. I feel that sometimes not voting makes a claim as well. We tend to have the same sort of voter turnout as the US, anywhere from 55 to 62% of the population turns out and votes. But unlike the US, we are a representative democracy. So we don't vote for the leaders for who is to lead our country. That is decided by whatever party has the majority. Not the majority of votes, the majority of seats in our parliament. We have 338, last time I checked, ridings across Canada, and each one of them may elect, depending on who has the majority of votes in that riding, may elect a Liberal, a Conservative, a Bloc Québécois, an NDP, New Democrat Party, a Green Party candidate, or even now this year a PPC, People's Party of Canada. So whatever of those 6 parties takes the majority in that riding, that person takes the seat for that riding. The first party to hold enough seats to declare a majority of seats wins the election. Therefore, when their leader becomes our prime minister. So not one of us ever voted for Trudeau. We voted for either his representatives or not. And friends, we also have a unique thing in Canada where the majority of our 34 million people live in the East, live in Ontario and Quebec. And Ontario and Quebec is a very liberal provinces, carrying very liberal constituency. I don't know if that made sense, but they are very liberal. So as a good example, last federal election, the Liberals who won power, the Liberals who gained government, did not gain a single, did not even get a single seat in all of Alberta. We did not elect one single Liberal leader. However, our voice did not get heard. Very likely, this time again, we will vote mostly Conservative. And although you may say, oh, 6 parties, it's got to be a mess, it's not really. The majority of Canadians either vote Liberal or Conservative. And the other parties are there for their own special interests. But I think the multi-party system helps keep the government in check, allow for different things like a minority government that, the other 6 parties together hold more seats than the government, but the government holds more seats than any one of those other 5 parties has. Those parties can join together and cause what's called it's a challenge to the I'm losing the word. Anyways, it can cause problems for the minority government. They've had a majority government for the past 4 or 5 years, and that's the way, kind of like in the US where your house is, if it's all Liberal, well, then they can push through things. We do have a Senate, but it's not elected. It is appointed by the Prime Minister. Senators serve the Prime Minister who's there, and a senator either gives up their seat and then the new ones, or leaves their seat for whatever reason. And yes, I'm trying to think of questions you may ask about our political system. And yes, Queen Elizabeth is our head of state. Very little power, represented by the Governor General, and he or she reports to the Queen. But the Queen has no power really over our law or our land, but has to give the sign-off on election and, I believe, major laws. And I think I've covered what I need to cover. Friends, you do you. If you're going to vote, vote. If you aren't, don't. I am not posting this to tell everyone what to do. I never do. I never recommend. I always just say what I'm going to do. And this year, I feel it's necessary to be there and to vote my conscience so that I can at least say I was a part of what comes next. I wish you all well. I wish you all a good day and a good week. And as I struggle through this sick kid syndrome, me and Pasha will get better, and things will change, and the videos will return to normal. Peace and cheers, friends. Love and harmony. Yeah, my voice is out. Peace.